Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is Amatazar from the Chicago camp coming back at you again with another lesson entitled, You Ain't Never Heard Christians Talk About Chariots. They don't have the same hope. All right. So on your thumbnail, you'll see this is a captured uh, display. All right, of a chariot. Okay. And there are others, and you have military personnel that have encountered the chariots of the Lord in the sky. All right, and they try to, they've tried to keep them hush hush, but they can't. Okay. So America has a sixth branch of government called the military. The it's a space, it's a space group. Okay, so they have another branch in the military, a space force. All right, because they know eventually Yahweh Shai is going to return with his chariots. All right, so they're trying to prepare for it. Okay. So let's take a look at some information that was taken. All right, off of with the AI overview. It says recent UFO unidentified aerial phenomena or UAP sightings continue to be reported globally, with increased attention from governments and organizations. Though many are later explained as drones, balloons, or atmospheric phenomena, while a core group remains unexplained, often described as displaying unusual flight characteristics like sudden speed or maneuverability, with many recent reports involving unexplained phenomena near U.S. coastlines and underwater. Key trends and reports, government acknowledgement. It says the U.S. government, through reports from agencies like the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, has documented hundreds of UAP reports, acknowledging a significant number, all right, remain unexplained, prompting further investigation. Increased reporting. Reports have surged in recent years, potentially due to greater public awareness, less stigma for military personnel reporting encounters, and improved recording technologies, say experts. Okay, so here is the information that's important. All right, our salvation is tied to the chariots of the Lord. Okay, our salvation is tied to the chariots of the Lord. We're looking for the chariots. We got to get our ride out this motherfucker. If we live in here in Babylon the Great is about to be destroyed. Okay, the third war is upon us. Okay, those nukes are coming over here, and ain't no way out but up. All right, and everybody ain't getting in the chariots. Okay, the chariots is for Israelites. So the question would be, when have the following so-called preachers taught on the chariots? Billy Graham, Pat Robertson, Jerry Falwell, Oral Roberts, Joel Osteen, T.B. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, Kenneth Copeland, and Creflo Dollar. Now, I name those names because these are the names that people are most familiar with, all right, through televangelism. These are nothing but uh, shysters. They're not the men of the Lord. They have no message of salvation. All right. They're preaching for profit, period. They use the Lord's word to preach for profit. All right. You ain't never heard them tell you about no damn chariots. All right. They'll tell you about W-2s and how you supposed to be paying your tithes to them. Okay. While they all fly on their private jets. This is Ephesians 4:4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called, in one hope of your calling. Ephesians 4:5. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. All right, so we have one hope. We're looking for the chariots of the Lord. This is Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, said Yahweh of hosts, and I shall enter into the house of the thief. Where's the house of the thief? Okay. America, Babylon the Great, is the house of the thief. All right. Then stole all the Israelites. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. All right. So Zechariah 5:1 talks about the flying roll. Okay. The flying roll, these are the chariots of the Lord. All right. Also, there's in the scriptures it talks about the clouds. All right. They're also known as the clouds. This is 2 Kings 2:9. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee, therefore, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. All right, so Elijah and Elisha were separated by the chariot. All right, because Elijah was taken up in the chariot of the Lord, and Elisha asked for a double portion. All right, of his spirit. All right, so here you have an example. All right, of the chariot. Okay, so when they talked about the curse in Zechariah, all right, let me see, verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Hey, when those chariots come back, it ain't a good thing, all right, if you're not an Israelite being beamed up. Jeremiah 4:13. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us. See that? Woe is destruction, for we are spoiled. This is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. So when the Lord comes back, he's coming back with his chariots, and he's coming back to make war. Okay? He's coming back to deal out judgment. Okay? That's why the chariots are called the curse. All right? And that's why Esau is scared as hell. All right? He ain't going to be able to fight these chariots of the Lord. They're not going to lose. All right? So that's what it is. And you ain't never heard no Christian talking about no chariots. You ain't heard no Christians looking for chariots. No, that whole religion, okay, is all false. All right, they don't have the same hope. It's loosely based off of the Bible. Christianity and the Bible don't have nothing to do with each other. Okay, it's a philosophy. This is Psalms 91:8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Okay, so we're looking. All right, when Yahweh Shai comes back, all right, John 5 talks about the shout. Okay, um, the resurrection to life and the resurrection to damnation. All right, um, 1 Corinthians 15:50. Okay, it said that the dead and Hamashiach will rise first. All right, and then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up to meet him in the air. Well, where you think that's going to be? It's going to be in these chariots. All right. In closing, Isaiah 26:20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. Okay? So that righteous anger, that righteous judgment, all right, till the indignation be overpast. For behold, Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. All right. So our hope, okay, is the return of Yahweh Shai in those chariots to take us up and out. Okay. This is not the same hope of Christianity. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Until the next one, Shalom.